right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm kind of an unfamiliar setup. I'm not home at the moment, guys. I'm actually away. But I needed to do my Euro Matchday 2 live reaction. So I'm still gonna do this as the 80s from before. And yeah, so for you guys wondering, the video reaction for today, I'm probably just gonna do it after the stream because I want to because the Copa America will be starting around like 40 minutes ish. So that gives us enough time to digest the match day 2 and everything. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to share my screen because currently I don't have a monitor with me, which is unfortunate. And yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started, guys. So please remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So let me send the link out. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So let's get on further with the do. Dingus says hi. Hello for joining. Thank you for joining. So I don't know if we're gonna have any guests for today because the guest I was wanting to get isn't available. He's currently what is it called? Busy, and then the other people I'm not sure. So we'll see if anyone does join. If not, that's fine. We'll do it by ourselves, I guess. So yeah, let's go and do this, man. Let's go and do this. So where are we, guys? Where are we? So let's start with Group A, guys. Group A. Let me just look at the results real quick of Group A. Group A. Where's Group A games? Let me just refresh my brain. In Group A. That took place. Wait, where's the Group A games? Why isn't it on here on Google? Okay. Okay. Nick says hi. Pookie says hi. Okay, let's just start, Len. Let's just start. So let's start with the first game we got here is Germany 2, Hungary 0. So Germany, man, they got the win as you would expect against Hungary. I was a bit disappointed with Hungary because I thought Hungary would put up a good game, but the finish was just awful for Hungary. Defensively, they were just trash. And my issue with Hungary is that they put up a better performance than they did against Switzerland. You have to give them the credit. But Hungary, for me, are just so bad defensively. Defensively, they're so bad, especially for that first goal. Like, how are you the first goal is such a bad defending, though. I don't know what the Hungary defense was doing with Willy Orban, Gulaschi. I don't know what they're doing, and it was just a mess. It was just a mess. I'm like, bro, what the heck is that? Great goal there from Musiala, great assister from Gundogan, and then the second goal was scored by Gundogan. Great assister from Mittelstadt. Hungary had a good amount of chance. They had a great chance to draw level, I think, before halftime. And I think they had a great chance there at the end to open the score and to get a consolation goal. They even had a chance at the beginning of the game. So for Hungary, man, are they looking like frauds? Because they genuinely might be frauds. They might be frauds. They might be the frauds of the Euros because they're now in a really bad position where they basically have to beat Scotland. And not just beat Scotland. They're going to have to pretty much smash Scotland because their goal difference is bad. Their GD is terrible to be. And if they want to be one of the best third-place teams, they're going to have to smash them most likely. And honestly, given what I've seen with Hungary, I'm not sure they can smash. At best, maybe 1 or 2. I don't know about 2 or more. So it should be interesting, guys. Obviously, the final match will take place tomorrow for Group A. And yeah, man. So I want to know what you guys think of the live chat. Do you guys think Hungary are frauds? Or do you guys think we need to wait for tomorrow to see what happens? Because for me, their bare minimum should be coming out the group. Bare minimum. So yeah, I mean, if they can't even get out the group, then it'd be a failure. It's a failure. So yeah, it's a failure if they don't get out this group. They have to at least make the round of 16. So they at least have to make the round of 16, in my personal opinion. So guys, get those likes up, guys. So we're at 5 likes, guys. Let's go. Can we get up to 10 likes? 10 likes is today's target. Dingus says hi. Pookie says hi. Bram Blanca says hi. Vlahovic said Croatia in a worse position. We'll get to Croatia, man. We'll get to Croatia, Vlahovic, because I have a lot to say about Croatia. Brandon Blanco says, at this point, GTA 6 is coming before Hungary scores a goal. Branko says, I need to wait what happens tomorrow, but at the moment they're looking like frauds. Yeah. Definitely. Vlahovic said, not bringing Salazi Adam is a big mistake. Yeah, they should have brought him. Because they've been struggling for goals. So we move on to Hungary. We move on to Scotland, Switzerland. Scotland actually looked good in this game. They created a good amount of chances in this game. And even though you could probably argue that Switzerland probably were the better team, Scotland held their own. I thought defensively they were good, midfield-wise good. It's just the attack is horrendous for Scotland because without McTominay, I just don't know where the goals are coming from for Scotland. And it really does feel like Scotland or McTominay FC for goals because that was a great goal there for McTominay. Great goal there. Switzerland then responded by a terrible mistake there at the back. Terrible mistake. Shaqiri equalizes. And Shaqiri, guys, the consistency Shaqiri has is insane. Because I believe he scored in the last 3 Euros, in this Euros, and the 3 World Cups. He's also the first MLS player to score in the Euros. I mean, the consistency Shaqiri has is insane. It's insane. And by the way, guys, let me know if my audio is good because I don't know how my audio is like because I'm not my professional home. I don't even have my headphones. So, yeah, it's really unfortunate, but, it is what it is. But hopefully the audio is still good and everything like that. But, yeah, basically for Scotland, as I said, they got the result they needed. They almost scored right there at the end. Obviously, Switzerland did score a few offside goals. I believe they had some good chances. But I do ultimately think a draw is a fair result. I think a draw is a fair result. I thought Scotland held their own. Attacking-wise, defensively, I thought they looked decent. And for Switzerland, man, as I said, I think they're in a great position. They're in a comfortable position. So I think this group is going to come down to is like Germany's at top, I believe, is 6 points. Switzerland's on 4, then Scotland's on 1, and Hungary's on 0. So I'm going to do my match day 3 predictions. I'll be doing that very soon. I'll probably wait. I'll try to get it out. Maybe what I'll do is this. I'll record during halftime and get it out after the Ecuador-Venezuela game. I'll get it out for you guys. So maybe like around 8 p.m. Eastern time for those guys who are watching. I'll try to get it for you guys 8 p.m. And then I got to get the match review thing out because I need to talk about that thing. So, yeah, I mean, so I think for Group A, I think Germany's a good position. And I think for Switzerland, it's great. So I think what this group is going to come down to is, let's be real, it's a third place battle. Because I think it'll be, imagine Switzerland beats Germany tomorrow. That would be insane. If Switzerland beats Germany tomorrow to top this group, that'd be insane. But let's be real. I think most of us know that the real battle in this group isn't really the first and second because we know that Germany and Switzerland are practically through. It's just a matter of who's going to get that third place. Can Scotland finally make the round of 16 for the first time ever in their history? And can Hungary redeem themselves after having a stinker of a tournament so far? It's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be very interesting for this group. I'm very much looking forward to that Scotland-Hungary game. I'm going to be more attentive to that game tomorrow than the Germany-Switzerland game. Of course, I'll have the Germany-Switzerland game on the side. I'll probably see that, but I'll probably be more focused on that game because that game is going to be critical. So let's see what you guys are saying here in the chat. Before the Euros, I was dunking at Switzerland because I thought they would be frauds, but they shut me up. I can hear you. Okay, that's great. Audio is all good. Vlahovic says, yeah. You could say chaos will happen every group in match day 3. At least a draw. Yeah, potentially. But yeah, man, I'm very much looking forward to seeing how the group unfolds. So, yeah. It could happen because most teams that have already qualified are going to rotate a bit, even if they're still trying to win. Oh, yeah. I mean, Switzerland can definitely the Switzerland can definitely win. I'm not saying it's not an impossibility, but it's still more likely that Germany don't. At best, maybe a draw. But you never know, to people. You're right. Germany could very well lose at home. And that is going to cost them for the top the group progression. 8745 is a new name from your B-Day. Oh, yeah. Guys, thank you guys for your birthday wishes. That does mean a lot to me. So I thank you guys. I've been enjoying my time here, spending time with my relatives and everything like that. So thank you guys. Puka says low. All right. Let's move to Group B now. I think we spent enough time in Group A. So let's see how many. Do we gain any new subscribers yet in the stream? Let's see. Now we're still 1642, and we're at 5 likes. Let's go. Okay, let's move to Group B now. So, talking about Group B here, guys. Croatia, Albania. Guys, Croatia is really in a bad position because that Croatian midfield, I think the average age is like 33. It's crazy. This better be Modric and Brozovic's last international tournament. And I'm saying this with all due respect. I respect both those players very highly. It's time for them to move on. Croatia have to usher in a new midfield. And my goodness me, man, that defense is so horrendous. I'm sorry. Like, Sutalo was so terrible. I thought Vardiol was also a bit underwhelming. I don't think he was as bad as Sutalo. Sutalo was obviously worse. But yeah, Croatia defensively are just so bad. And for Albania, man, it's a huge result for them. Huge result. Because I think for Albania, they give it their all. And this might be a very hot take. And a lot of people may actually be surprised I'm saying this. I believe Albania, of all 4 of these nations, have the most fighting spirit. Note I said fighting spirit. Because their fans have come up in numbers. I mean, just look at how many fans attended the Albania-Italy game. Like, it was like soaring red. And that's like the Signal Iduna Park. That's like a stadium is like Dortmund supporters. Like, you know, Albania came up in their numbers. And you have to give credit to Albania. Albania, for me, I thought played a fantastic game. I thought first half they were causing so many issues to Croatia. Croatia were struggling to get through the first half. The second half, Croatia did, turn things around. But Albania, they kept persisting. And it's so nice for the Albania goal scorer. The guy that scored the own goal, for him to score the equalizer. It's like justice, And for Croatia, as I said, man, they got that attack is horrendous. I mean, Pekovic, Budimir. Actually, to be fair, Budimir was good. Kramaric was good. But my goodness me, Mayer was so awful. And guys, Croatia, like, as good as their 2022 run was, it was a tremendous achievement. Let's be real. They only scored 2 goals in that entire knockout stage. They were solid defensively. I'll give you that. Defensively, they were solid. But as far as their attack is concerned, they were not great. And I think the signs came up here today. So for Croatia, it's not all hope is lost. They still have the final game to play against Italy, but they have to win against Italy. They have to win against Italy. And if they don't win against Italy, they're in huge trouble. As far as the Spain-Italy game is concerned, Spain absolutely obliterated Italy. Guys, this was such a one-sided match. If you look at the score, you're thinking, oh, it was a close game. Spain just edged through and everything like that. It was close. No, this game wasn't close. This game, the Spain absolutely dominated Italy. Italy looked trash. I'm sorry. Like, they looked so bad defensively. Like, Di Lorenzo was getting cooked by Yamal. It was crazy. It was insane. And then obviously, Donnarumma was probably the only good highlight there. And maybe you could also say Bastoni, Calafiori there with the own goal. And yeah, just Italy just looks so bad. The attack is horrendous. I'm sorry, Scamacca is so horrendous. Chiesa is the only hope for Italy as far as goal scorer is concerned. And yeah, I mean, I just don't understand with I just don't understand with Italy. Like, this team is so average, and yet Spalletti is getting the best out of them. Because say as bad as Italy were, they only lost 1. That's a credible thing. Like Spalletti, like, it was Donnarumma was the reason why this game was close. Because if Donnarumma didn't make those incredible saves, this game could have been like a 3, could have been a 4, could have been a 5. Italy looks so bad. Italy looks so bad. So, yeah, man, this group is interesting. Obviously, Spain have already topped the group now. It's going to be interesting. And I think for Spain, as I said, man, can you make an argument that they've been the best team of the Euros? I think of all the teams, it's either them or Germany. They have been the most convincing. I think Spain have been more impressive, I would say, because, Spain are doing this against much better opposition. Croatia, Italy are much better than Scotland and Hungary, with all due respect. But as I said, though, It doesn't matter of what you do, what you not do. It's a matter about can you build upon your tournament momentum. That's the key thing. So I think for Italy in particular, like Spain have already topped the group. So that's not a question now. It's a question of who's going to get that second, who's going to get that third. Because Albania play against Spain in the final match day, and the Croatia play against Italy. So for Italy, as I said, man, if they can get a draw there, that would be enough for them to progress to the round of 6. That could be enough for them to get second. Albania pretty much have to win. So, guys, the second and third place battle is going to be very interesting. That's going to take place on Monday. I'm very much looking forward to that because those games on Monday will be insane. So, yeah, man. Let's go through some of your guys' comments. So let me see. Yo, you can say chaos will happen every group match day 3. It would at least a draw. It could happen because most teams. Oh, I think I already read that. Happy B-Day. All right, thank you, Brandon Blanco. You look like Artemis without the glasses. Oh, okay. Croatia are screwed. They are in the mud. Yeah, true. Definitely not likely. If I'm a manager, I'm only half rotate. Give a run out to anybody who's not played, but it needs to unleash the big guns the second half. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Romano Rich help Group F teams. We're going to get to Group F, man. Why is his name Arpon Das? Ask my parents. I can't answer that question. Sorry to say. Vlahovic says, how many times is the keeper going to come on for a last-minute corner? Yeah. Well, that actually is going to become very prevalent when we get to Group C. Tapua M says, Spain versus Donnarumma. Spalletti had no answers tactically. Oh, yeah. Spain were struggling. Spalletti had no answers tactically. And Albania podcast predicted Spain winning 1-0 with the California own goal. The game would have finished 0-0 if it wasn't for that own goal, even though Spain was a better side. Oh, yeah. I don't know if it would have finished 0-0, Pookie, but you may be onto something because the issue with Spain is that their attack is so bad. Because they could create a lot of chances, like Yamal, Nico Williams. And guys, I want to say something right now. Thank you for bringing that up. I love seeing this new Spain team. Spain are actually fun to watch. They're not this passing team as they used to be. They're actually playing very direct. The wingers are very direct. They beat their players 1v1, make those dribbles. Spain is actually looking like a very well-coached team. They just need that finisher. They just need the strikers. The striker is pretty much the biggest issue for Spain. I love seeing this new Spain team. Guys, they're playing very fun to watch. Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't like watching the old Spanish teams. Like, guys, is this the best Spanish team performance-wise? And hey, you can make an argument. I know this might seem crazy to say, but I think this game against Italy was far more convincing than the game against Croatia, despite the fact that they won bigger margin against Croatia. Just by the sheer level of performance. Performance-wise, they were fantastic in this game. It's just the finishing let them down. Match also says hi there. The own goal was just silly. Yeah, not the best game, but Spain deserved the win. Oh, yeah, 100%. Spain still looks shaky defensively, but they haven't been tested too much. Italy was supposed to be that test. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Tapio makes a good point. Like, Spain, we saw how Spain's defense can still be get at. I mean, Croatia is like a good example. Like, Croatia actually provides Spain's defense a lot of questions. It's just that they couldn't finish. Hence why everyone thought it was good. But yeah, I mean, Spain's defense will obviously be tested. And guys, I hope this happens. I want to see a Spain-Germany. A Spain-Germany quarterfinals for the Euros would be an amazing match. That will be cinematic. That will be one of the best matches of the Euros. I need to see that happen. Spain versus Germany. That's assuming that both nations top the group, and that's assuming both nations win the round of 16 fixtures. So, yeah, Spain for me, man. I hope they can. I want to see that match. The second match after Serbia versus Slovenia, all the matches were dying boring. The way Croatia carded them in the first game would have been concerned for De La Fuente, but as long as they didn't get punished, they'll be fine with it. Off topic, but Malaga are back in the second division. Okay, congratulations. You know what? Let's do a round of applause, guys. A round of applause for Malaga. Ooh, Master says, I think Croatia will win on Monday. Okay. That's a good prediction. I'll give my predictions, like I said, probably after the Ecuador-Venezuela game. I'll probably give my predictions after that game. I'll probably make the video during that time. Adam says, own goal is leading the top scorer. Malaga in the third division, bro. Yeah, De La Fuente is more direct than Lucha because Lucha used to have possession, but very passive possession. Adam said, Germany, the clear strongest in this tournament, is in every aspect. 60 own goals in Euro 2020 and 2024. Italy versus Croatia is a toss-up. To be honest, whoever plays better will win. I mean, obviously. Hello 8 is 2-4 again. Spain, Germany will be amazing, yes. Almost fell asleep in the France-England game. Spain's finishing is awful. Spain won't win the Euros. Well, let's see, Tari. Let's see, Tari. We shouldn't make conclusions yet. I think Croatia will beat Italy too. Okay. De La Fuente over Enrique for Spain. Yeah, I would actually. You know what? That is a great. Yeah, you could probably say in terms of play style, De La Fuente is better. But to be fair to Enrique, Spain did make the semifinals of the Euros. They went undefeated. So let's see how Spain does. If Spain can win this year, then for sure De La Fuente is better. Because at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't matter how well you play. You just want to win. That's all that really matters. You can ask any crap team. You could win the tournament by winning on pens, or playing a team, or playing very well but don't win the Euros. Obviously, most people rather be terrible and win the Euros. So for Spain, so I would agree in terms of performance. Yes, I think De La Fuente has done a much better job for Spain. Spain are playing much more entertaining football, playing much more direct football. But at the end of the day, Enrique did get Spain to a semifinals. Say what you will and how unconvincing the run is and how whatever it wasn't, it's still a semifinals. It's still a semifinals. And they only lost on pens to Italy. And let's be real, they should have beat Italy in a semifinal. Let's be real, they should have. Spalletti isn't a competition coach to go far. Remember 2009, 7-1 against United in the semis. Yeah, I mean, you're right. But the thing for Italy is that Spalletti is Italy's most important asset to the team. Without Spalletti, Italy don't have much going for them. Because I look at the talent pool for Italy, there's not a lot of talented players. There's not a lot of talented players in this Italy team. Like, I think the only players that I think are very talented are Barella, Bastoni, Chiesa. Maybe you could say DeMarco. And that's pretty much it. Like, there's a few players in this Italy team that are, like, genuinely world-class. So, yeah, I mean, the Spain team is crazy. This Italy team is mid, honestly. Adam said, chance of Albania beating Spain, since maybe Spain can relax a bit now. Yeah, that is true. There is a great chance for Albania, because Spain have basically nothing to play for. They already topped the group anyway. So for Albania, it's a great opportunity for them. But as I said, though, it's still Spain. Like, I still think Spain, they're not going to fully rotate Adam. I think they're going to go like maybe with like a half-hearted. Because I still think Spain want to try out some players before the knockout stage, because it's like the last time they can try out some different players, experiment and that stuff. And so, yeah, that Spain-Albania game is going to be interesting. But yeah, obviously, the big game that's going to decide this group is going to be Croatia-Italy by far. Spain will convince Euro 2020, won Copa Italia with Roma. Spain needs a world-class striker like Pete David Villa. Oh, yeah, 100%. 3-3-3-3. Yeah, we'll get to Group E, man. We'll get to Group E. Albania, Croatia wins. Italy. I think Italy were playing pretty dirty against Spain. That was the only way to stop them. TJ says Italy won't win back-to-back Euros. I would be surprised if they do. I would be genuinely surprised if Italy wins back-to-back Euros. That would be a miracle. That would be a genuine miracle if that happens. So, okay. Now let's move to Group C, guys. Let's move to Group C. So we're 24 minutes in. We have a record now, 30 more minutes to go. So I think we're doing good on time. We have 4 more groups to go through. So I'm going to keep this around an hour long, guys, of course, as you guys know. Hour is like my target. That's always been my target for these streams. So let's go to the next group. Group C, guys. Group C. Slovenia, Serbia, guys. I want to ask you guys this question here in the chat. Did Slovenia go too defensive in the second half? Or was it more of Serbia? Because my thing with Slovenia is that they played so well in this game. I thought you can make arguments Slovenia played really well, but the issue is their finish was so awful. And that goal there it was a fantastic goal. Serbia then kept pushing and pushing. And what made me very surprised with Slovenia is that they took up Sesko. Took a Sesko in the 75th minute when the game was only just 1-0. Then obviously Serbia kept pushing and pushing. The goalkeeper came forward. And then Jovic scores a last-minute goal to salvage a point. And I think it's incredible. It's incredible now because Because the thing with Serbia is that their finishing was also awful. Mitrovic had a disaster class. People talk about how bad Lukaku was against Slovakia, and which he was terrible. Let's be real. But Mitrovic it was just as bad, maybe even as worse as him. Mitrovic missed so many chances. I don't know how many chances he missed. So at the end of the day, I think a draw is probably a fair result. I'm a bit angry because I predicted 1-0 Slovenia, so I would have looked like a genius. But obviously Serbia had to ruin it. So yeah, for Slovenia, man, I feel so bad because they were minutes away from just winning their first ever game of the Euros, because that would have been their first first ever win in the Euros. So for Slovenia, man, now it's difficult because now they have to play against England the final match day. And I know England's been terrible. I know England's been England's not been great. So I still feel like, though, it's a tough task because say what you will about England, they're still a difficult team to play against. So yeah, I think for Slovenia, man, it's a heartbreak. It's heartbreaking for them, but they still have in their own hands. If they beat England, I think they are short of around 16. Now, if they get a draw may be enough. Is a draw going to be enough? It depends what happens the other game, because they may go through as a third place team in that case. So let's talk about Denmark-England. Oh my God, this England performance was horrendous. England was trash. I got to keep it real. England was very, very disappointing. Guys, I don't know what to make of this England team. Is the players overrated? Is Gareth Southgate the issue? Or is just the team just not as good as we believe they are? Because the thing with England is that they have so many quality players on paper. You have Jude Bellingham, who's been one of Real Madrid's best players this season. You have Paul Walker, who's been one of England's best right backs this season. You have Harry Kane, who's been one of the best strikers in the world this season. And my issue for Southgate is that England, for me, man, they took the early lead. Kane scored the great goal. And you're thinking to yourself, like, okay, England got the job. But then all of a sudden, I don't know why, but this always seems to be a recurring thing. Why does England go super defensive after taking the lead? It's ridiculous. Like, just kill the game off. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. Then obviously Denmark equalized. Højlund scored a fantastic solo goal there. And England, from that point on, it was just terrible. Denmark were pushing. They were the better team. They could have scored a winner there. England obviously did have a good chance. I think Saka had a great chance there, and I think Foden as well, if I remember correctly, in the second half. But England, man, it's just terrible, man. Like, I don't know what to say with England. And the fact that they went with the same 11 against Denmark after the Serbia game is concerning, because that Serbia game was not convincing. It wasn't convincing. It wasn't convincing whatsoever. And so for England, man, as I said, man, Gareth Southgate, man, it's just I don't know what to make of this team, because I'm sorry to say, this Foden thing has got to stop. You either play Foden as a cam or you don't play him at all. It's either one of the two. You cannot put Foden. You can't put Bellingham as a number 8, because Bellingham offers you too much in terms of valuable goals. So for Southgate, are you going to stick with Foden, or are you going to stick with Bellingham? You got to pick and choose. You can't play both. I'm sorry. I don't think both is compatible in this team. So I think for England, as I said, man, and Southgate, man, why are you so insistent on the who's that replacement? I forgot his name. Who was that guy in the last Euros? Calvin Phillips. Why are you so insistent on the Calvin Phillips thing? So is Gallagher supposed to be the replacement? I'm sorry. Gallagher is mid. I'm sorry. Gallagher's mid. And you have to explain to me, why is Palmer? Why is Gordon? Why is Kobe Mainu not getting any game time? Okay, sure, it's one thing not to start. Even that, I'm like, okay, that's harsh. But come on, at least give them some minutes. England, for me, man, they're so individualistic. Like, let's be real. England is being carried by individual players. There is no cohesive team effort in this team. And what's so crazy is that England played so well in the last World Cup. England actually played really well in the last World Cup. I thought last World Cup was fantastic for England. They played very well. Almost every game they played very well, maybe except barring the game against USA. Every other game and the World Cup, they did extremely well, except the game against USA. So I just don't understand why England can't repeat that. I just don't understand. And with all due respect, this group is very mediocre. England should be able to top this group with comfortable margin. The fact that England is making this group a lot harder than it should be is concerning. It's concerning. So I think for England, as I said in particular, man, they have to fix up because this is unacceptable. You cannot win the Euros by playing individuals and being systematic. You have to give the players that are meritocracy. You cannot have players like Gallagher, Eze get more game time than Kobe Mainu and Cole Palmer. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So for England, as I said in particular, man, Gareth Southgate, you have a lot of things to fix. And England themselves, the players have to be taken accountable as well. Because I hear a lot of people saying, oh, it's everything on Southgate. The players don't deserve any blame. Guys, the players deserve blame too. These are some of the best players in the world. They deserve blame. I'm sorry, Declan Rice was awful. He's been one of Arsenal's best players this season. I don't know what to say with England. I'm little to no confidence with this team, and I would be amazed if they win the Euros. Now they could still win it, but given how they've been so far, it's looking very unlikely. But you guys never know. In terms of football, it's about momentum. Momentum is key. It's not about your performance. It's about momentum. Can England sustain the momentum? So, because at the end of the day, guys, tournament football, it doesn't matter how well you play. It's about winning. So for England, as I said, man, I don't know what to say. England just looks so awful, underwhelming, and Denmark probably should have won that game. And guys, I'm going to say this right now. That Denmark versus England game might have been one of the worst games of the Euros. There's another game that I thought was worse than that game, which we're going to get on to a bit later, but that game might be up there. Okay, let me read some of your guys' comments, and we're going to go to the next group. Actually, let me talk about, so now this group, let's talk about this group real quick. So England have basically assured themselves a top 3 finish. England haven't mathematically secured a round of 16, but they're pretty much like 99%. They're like almost official. Second in the group is now, I think, Slovenia. Yeah, Slovenia is on second. And Denmark, 2-2, and then Serbia's on 1. So Serbia played Denmark in the final match day. Whichever team wins that is probably going to get the round of 16. And whichever team loses it is probably going to be eliminated. And then for Slovenia, England. So I don't know, guys. This group could get very interesting for this for the final match day, because we could have a scenario where all the teams could level, like Serbia, Denmark, and Slovenia could all finish on the same amount of points potentially. Well, actually, no, I don't think that's possible, actually. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting to see what happens match day 3. Romania don't have great players. Italy, after Euro 2020, have been so bad. Biggest underdog story going into match day 3. Biggest underdog going into match day 3. Probably Georgia. Probably Georgia. I would say Georgia, probably. Italy, Immobile, a bad decision, yes or no? Immobile is bad. Immobile is terrible. He's bad. Italy need to qualify World Cup again. Vlahovic, no. France, England, and Portugal are not convincing the favorites. And Portugal actually played, they were convincing today, but we'll get into them in a bit. Belgium's group is tight. Serbiovic, my goat, helping us. Slovenia would beat us, Nigeria. Slovenia took Sesko 5 to 10 minutes too early. I was on your live a few days ago. I said it once. England played 2 individually, and I'll say it again. They cannot play as a team, which is a huge weakness. Exactly. I think Adam's on the money right here with this statement, that England have to play as a collective. You cannot win the Euros by being individualistic. You can't. You have to play collectively well as a team. And that's the hallmark of a team. If you cannot play well as a team, you're not going to win the Euros, because there's no England player that's as good individually compared to the players in the past. Like, there is no one on this England team that is as good as Diego Maradona. There is no one. Maybe if they had a Diego Maradona on this team, then maybe. But there's no one on this. There's no one on this England team that's on the level of Maradona. There's no one. I feel bad for Slovenia. If they beat Serbia, they would have been through, but now they have to play against England. Oh, Buck should have done better for Jovic's goal. I agree. England parking the bus was always, Denmark beating Serbia. England narrowly beating Slovenia will finish like that. Okay. We'll see. Mitrovic and Vlahovic have been awful. Oblak looks finished. Yeah, Oblak, it looks really bad. Slovenia failed to park the bus. Ibrahimovic also scored a last-minute goal against Scotland in a Euro playoff final. Germany-Spain final at this point. It can't be the final. Oblak look finished. Group C teams parking the bus. Well, that's if Germany comes second. Now, if Germany top the group, then no, it can't be the final. Parking the bus after scoring. And happy birthday, by the way. Thank you, Patrick. England will probably still beat them, probably, unfortunately. Denmark would have won if they had better players. The players in Southgate are the problems. No excuses for that performance. Even if the point is not the worst result. England got lucky again. That can't happen, though. Denmark's goal was a screamer. Southgate, Calvin Phillips not here is a problem. What are you saying, bro? Like, it's crazy. Like, you're saying that the whole issue with England is the fact we don't have a replacement for Calvin Phillips? It's crazy. It's crazy. England failed to park the bus, too. England don't have the place to park the bus, too. As a Porto fan, I got angry that Højlund scored. Only English Benfica could have been more outraged. Imagine Calvin Phillips being seen as a big miss. It's not England's year again. Where's Cole Palmer? On the bench, man. He's on the bench. England won't win the Euros. Walker was very intelligent to capture Anderson before assisting the goal. Foden might be a system player. Bellingham Foden is like Lampard and Gerrard. I don't see why Eze subbed on ahead of Palmer and Gordon, who both are better than him. For England, they're going into every game underestimate every single opponent. Then when they can see, they all seem shocked. Like, I find it so funny. They deserve the outcome based on that play. What was Anderson thinking? Gallagher's the energy merchant. Southgate won't trust the young guys. England did well without Calvin Phillips and Qatar. They got lucky for Senegal in the first half for the first goal. They couldn't beat a France team in the second gear. Southgate doesn't even know what his team. He should be sacked. And that's also crazy, guys. England you're literally experimenting in the Euros. You can't be experimenting in the Euros, guys. You just can't. You can't. I'm sorry. Because I'll be honest with you guys. Before the Euros, I was like, I was always defending Southgate. I was like, you know what? Look at the World Cup, right? England did well in the World Cup. But this Euros, I'm sorry. Southgate has to take a lot of blame. The squad selection, not calling up Rashford, not calling up Sterling. Okay, maybe not Sterling to be fair, but at least they should have been the roster. Like, Rashford and Sterling should have at least been the roster. And the fact you're not getting any game time to the likes of Palmer and mine, who's crazy. Southgate out now. England will draw against Slovenia 2-2. Kane is dropping too deep. That's another point, Tari. Kane is almost like, it almost feels like when the game gets tough for Kane plays as a CDM. That's another issue. You can't have your star striker play as a CDM. Match shows that with 10 seconds ago, England had a chance to win, and the forward players just passed around the penalty box and back to defense. The final whistle blew afterwards. Serbia disappoints. Such a shame for their coach, Sturridge. Why? It's just the team is just too. The thing with Serbia, guys, I've always said this before, is that all the talented players we think of Serbia are in attack. Is there really any Serbian midfielders and defenders that are as highly rated as Vlahovic, Kostic, and Tadic? No, there isn't. So I think the team, the issue with Lallana is that the team is unbalanced. That's the issue. England need to change something. Gomez above Trippier left back. Germany, Swiss, Scotland, Hungary. Spain, Croatia, Italy, Albania. 87-4-5 will be better than Southgate after getting sacked. And that's another thing. That's another thing you just brought up. Why is Trent in the midfield? Why are you playing a guy that's a right back as a midfielder? It doesn't make any sense. Trent is a midfielder. Rashford is mid. I know, but like he should at least be on the roster. I think Rashford can still offer you something. I feel like Rashford is more effective for England than Foden is. Like Rashford can at least offer you something. So Serbia need a peak Vidic back. That's true, Tari says. Alexander-Arnold's only a midfielder and a 3 right midfielder. Group C, Group E teams will be the same for Serbia, Slovenia, Slovakia, Romania. Yeah, the funny thing is Serbia have been better defensively than they've been attacking-wise. That is the funny thing, Tari. That's the funny thing. But its attackers not cooking for Serbia, lol. How will England do a France 2018 get good in the knockouts? Potentially. Yeah. England will be knocked down the quarterfinals like in 2006. England should have maintained their style of play and squad from 2022 World Cup. The problem with Serbia is that they change tactics a lot. The roles have reversed. Milinkovic pocketed Kane with ease. Okay, guys, let's move to Group D, guys. Let's move to Group D. And dang, we're already 5:44, so we got to wrap this up in 15 minutes. Okay. So Group D, guys, Group D. We got here, it is Poland, Austria. Guys, Poland were just terrible, as we expected. Poland, that performance I saw against Netherlands wasn't the same I saw in this game, which was crazy because I was like, okay, if you can do that against Netherlands, you should be able to at least do some of it against Austria, right? No. But I think it also shows how good Austria is, how well coached Austria is, because the gegenpressing Austria does is crazy. They're so well coached. They're so well organized. They're so tough to beat defensively. The only issue for Austria is their attack is so limited. That is the big issue for Austria, is that their attack is so mid, honestly. that I just don't know. That's the issue with Austria, is that I just don't like their attackers. Like Arnautovic, I don't really trust. Baumgartner is amazing. He's a great player, but I don't think he's a consistent goal scorer. But yeah, that's the issue for Austria, is they don't have any consistent goal scorers. But yeah, midfield-wise, defensively, goalkeeper, coach-wise, fantastic. So for Austria, man, well-deserved win. And with this win, Poland is officially out of the Euros. Then talk about France, Netherlands. I don't have much to say in this game. It was a very underwhelming game. And maybe you could argue that Netherlands were robbed. Maybe you could argue, because Xavi Simons, should that goal have stood? And guys, I also think this shows that France needs Giroud and Mbappe in the same team. People are just saying they need Mbappe. Of course they need Mbappe. But they also need Giroud too. Because I said this yesterday in my yesterday review. They need Giroud. Giroud can offer you as a decoy. Decoy. He can play as like he can bamboozle the defenders. And say what you will about Giroud. The guy is consistent. No, we're not consistent. Sorry, the guy is clutch. He can always come up clutch with a crucial goal. So France need Giroud, because I'm sorry, this whole Griezmann, this whole Marcus Thuram thing looks bad. Marcus Thuram, man, I'm sorry. Is he overrated? Because obviously he was fantastic for Inter in the Serie A. But you could see that without Lautaro, the guy looks very, very average. And I like Thuram. It's not a thing against him. But if I'm keeping it a stack, he needs Lautaro. And that's the thing, is that without Lautaro, you see how bad Marcus Thuram is. And guys, Dembele. Guys, I don't know how Dembele keeps starting for France. That guy is a lost cause. And Dembele, for me, is mediocre. He can offer you in terms of dribbling, in terms of productivity, but the guy isn't a great goal scorer whatsoever. The guy cannot give you goals. If you need goals, he isn't it. And for Griezmann, he had a stinker. I don't know how he missed those 2 chances. And yeah, France just looks so mid. Honestly, Conte is so crucial to this team. The fact that Conte, at this age, at Saudi, is crazy. And as for the Netherlands, their defense was amazing. I thought Van Dijk was great. Verbruggen was great. I thought Koundé was actually great for France. Netherlands, for me, the attack is terrible. I don't rate Cody Gakpo with that. Gakpo, for me, just only brings you goals. And Depay is inconsistent. Xavi Simons is a good, promising player, but I don't know if he's a good goal scorer. That is yet to be seen. And so, yeah, for Netherlands, as I said, man, it's a good result. They're probably the more aggrieved of the 2 teams, knowing that, hey, we could have won this game. But at the same time, they held their own. They put up a good, respectable showing against France. And France, as I said, man, it was terrible. And how is Rabiot still playing for this team? Is crazy. Guys, I don't rate Rabiot like that. Rabiot shouldn't be playing. I'm sorry. Kamavinga, Chouameni is way better than Rabiot. Now, I don't think Rabiot is as bad as I'm making him out to be, but he shouldn't be the first. He should be a bench player. So, yeah, man, as I said, man, it is what it is. I thought it was an okay game. And I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys think that goal should have stood, or was the right decision? For me, I'm kind of partial, because I can understand why it was disallowed, because I believe it was disallowed because of the fact that Dumfries was blocking Magnon's view. But at the same time, though, was it really blocking? I don't know. It's very tricky, because there's no definitive answer. So I don't have like a direct answer that, oh, it should have been a goal or it shouldn't have been a goal. I'm kind of like in the middle. So, yeah, man. That's just my thoughts. Like I said, not really a whole lot to speak here. Let's quickly go through your guys' comments. We'll talk about Group E, then Group F, and then we're going to bounce. Let's see. Austria, dark horse, keep the Group D short. It's so boring. Yeah. Poland already out. Austria might cook the Dutch. They very well can. Oh, also, you know what? That brings me a good point. So, guys, Group D standing. So, Netherlands is currently top right now because they have they have more goals than France. France is second. Then Austria is third. So, it's 4-4-3. So, remember, France will play against Poland. You would expect France to beat Poland. So, France should top the group. Now, it's a matter of who's going to get that second place. Is it going to be Austria or is it going to be Netherlands? Netherlands can advance with a draw. If Netherlands get a draw against Austria, they'll finish the second. For Austria to get second, they have to beat Netherlands. And I'm pretty sure both of the teams will advance. So basically, it's going to come down to, it's going to be a tight game. That Austria-Netherlands game will be very interesting. That's the game I'm going to be more looking forward to watching. And yeah, obviously Slovenia-Denmark's the game to watch with Group C. And then obviously Group B, Italy-Croatia. Austria just Ragnik's a genius. Poland leaving first, now Hungary is hilarious. They scored 3 goals despite their attackers not being great. That is true. That is true. Although I will say that penalty was very harsh. That I don't think should have been a pen. That I don't know if it should have been a pen. That pen was very harsh. Poland eliminated. Poor Lewandowski. Come on. You can't blame that Lewandowski. Lewandowski just came back from injury, guys. He just came back. It's not Lewandowski's fault the Poland defense is awful. Please, Austria beat Netherlands, which they will do. Well, I don't know about will, man, Mats. We'll see. We'll see. Right next to a new team like Austria. Netherlands and France both play for a draw. Depay needs to take that headband back. Austria had a number of exciting chances. I conclude Netherlands draw against Austria. I could see Netherlands draw against Austria. Poland, as soon as they make a competition, whether they be the World Cup or Euros, they just stop playing. They put all the effort into qualifying. Dang. Tari says, Depay needs to take the headband off. Level contribute to Poland's elimination should never have been 7-0. Oh, come on. You're using hindsight here, man. Come on. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to bring Levin. You have to play Lewandowski. He's one of your best players. Come on. That is harsh. That is harsh. I hope Poland don't qualify for 2026 World Cup. Same. I don't want to see Poland. They play awful. They don't play good football. Griezmann missing 100 million goals. Martinez's daddy. Kodatiki Diane wouldn't get a striking position for France. France were all with the Netherlands 2 minutes. They should have won, but like Rabiot and other players choked. Me too, Tari. Poland not be good that Lemon Golsky. Conte still got it. Not any better with him too. Yeah, my real name is Arpon. To me, France have the team that play like Italy and star power England. I don't think they'll just have the strict fire to be like Spain or Germany. Netherlands got robbed. Netherlands got robbed. Shame on you, Taylor referee. Rabiot is driving for the white quota tax. That goal shouldn't have been disallowed. Pokemon being the starting 11. Rabiot did good. He earned his place, man. Okay. Like I said, I'm not saying Rabiot is that bad. Like, he should still be in the squad. But I wouldn't start. Like, I personally wouldn't start. I think Kamavinga deserves to start more. I mean, that's crazy because Kamavinga is a Real Madrid player. I'm advocating for a Real Madrid player to start. It just shows I'm not biased. You know, I think Kamavinga is just better. I have no idea why Rabiot was playing for 90 minutes left wing. Understand why he was allowed, but Mike Nell's not starting that. He should have scored. I'll send you a video by Netherlands versus France goal. He could have scored, but he's not selfish. Group E is crazy for us for a minute. Yeah, it's hard. Why is Rabiot playing left wing or Coman? That's another thing. Well, I think Coman was just coming back from injury, to be fair. Netherlands Austria ended in a draw. He should have been selfish there. Rabiot had a moment where he crossed without looking, showing his arrogance. Like he's better than he is. Yeah, I know. France might have won back-to-back World Cups if Conte was there. Isn't Lewandowski finished? I still think he's good for Poland. He's still good for Poland. But yeah, he's obviously not as good as he used to be. Yeah. I think Belgium, Romania, and Slovakia will get it to go into the last 16. KDB, Dennis Mann, and Lubako will do well. How will Veronica Rabiot feel about after the game? I know what you're saying, but it's not like Rabiot's playing like trash. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh there, but I still feel like Rabiot shouldn't start. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, maybe I was being a bit harsh. Oh my God, we're 5:54. We got to wrap this up very soon. We got 2 more groups to go through. But one thing I want to say, guys, was this France game the worst game of the Euros? Because this is the first 0-0 draw of the tournament. You can make an argument. Because you know what's crazy, guys? I actually thought the first half was good. But my goodness me, the second half was trash. The second half was awful. The second half was awful, guys. The second half was awful. First half was good, though. I actually did enjoy the first half of this game. But the second half I didn't enjoy. So, okay, let's talk about Group E real quick, guys. Group E real quickly, guys. And then we got to go to Group E and F. So make this very quick. So, guys, I might actually miss like 10 minutes of the Copa America game. But I'll try my best to, squeeze through and go through this quickly. So, Group E, guys. So we had Slovakia versus Ukraine. I thought Slovakia dominated the first half. Ukraine were awful the first half. And Trubin was incredible the first half. Guys, you have to give credit. Ukraine dropped Lunin. After having a disaster class, Trubin has to start. The second half, though, Ukraine turned it up. I don't know what happened. Slovakia, for me, did they go defensive? It felt like they went defensive. And it was almost kind of like the game against Belgium in some ways, where Slovakia did very good in the first half, but second half they went very defensive. They just were lucky that Belgium couldn't finish. This time around, Ukraine was able to finish. And Ukraine scored 2 goals. Fantastic, the goal there. I believe it's Stepanenko. Great cutback there from Zinchenko. And then Yaremchuk comes off the bench and scores right at the end. So for Ukraine, man, this is a vital 3 points. But the issue for Ukraine is that the goal difference is looking bad. Because of that beatdown they got against Romania, their last game is against Belgium. That's me hard. They're going to have to basically get at least a draw. And Belgium, we're going to talk about Belgium. Belgium had a super dominant win against Romania. Romania were awful in this game. Belgium should have scored like 4 or 5 goals. Lukaku was crazy, amazing in this game. Tielemans was great. KDB as well. Casteels. Belgium just looked really solid on the day. And Lukaku, man, while he may not be a good finisher, he's at least got some good playmaking abilities, because that assist to Tielemans was key. It was a nice assist. But yeah, for Belgium, man, Lukaku, man, is so unlucky. He's so unlucky. That's 3 goals now disallowed for him in the international tournaments. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is, guys. And now this group is going to get very interesting because believe it or not, guys, all the nations are level on 3 points. And now let me just show you guys the standings. Let me see if I can bring up the standings here. I'll just tell you guys the standings. I don't think I can show you guys. But this is the standings right here, guys. So we got Romania first, Belgium second, Slovakia third, Ukraine last. +1, +1, 0, -2. And Romania's first because they scored more goals. So, guys, the final match is going to be interesting. Ukraine versus Belgium. And then we got Romania versus Slovakia. That is going to be interesting, guys. That's going to be very, very interesting, guys. Ukraine's in big trouble. If Ukraine don't get a result against Belgium, it's pretty much over because obviously both games will take place the same night. Guys, I'm very interested to see how this group ends because this group can get interesting. But yeah, let me read some of you guys' comments. Then we're going to get to the final group here, Group F, and then we're going to have to head out, guys. We're going to have to head out because Copa America is going to be starting. I believe Belgium will beat Ukraine 3-1 and Romania draw against Slovakia 1-1. Poland, the European Tunisia. Bronco Rabiot. Match is starting, I think. France still my favorites, but they need to fix up. Serbian is European Tunisia. Game wasn't that bad to me. The game was a free melton. I was snoozing through it. I'm disrespecting Tunisia, but at least because they at least have a trophy. At least Ukraine came back. Lobotka is a monster for Slovakia. Dude, Lobotka is quality. Hanko is also great too. Let us say Hanko is amazing. I want to also give a shout out to Skriniar. Skriniar I thought was fantastic. Sharon's was also great as well. Man, Lobotka, man, he's so underrated, man. So underrated. Ukraine would beat us, Nigeria. Ukraine lost 3 games, 3 different keepers. Lukaku 3 goals disallowed low. Lukaku scores the international tournaments. As Romania, I feel so sad for my team. After, but I still hate him for when he got away with clouding Jeremy in the box without getting the ball in the old Classico last season. Poor Lukaku. De Bruyne is an assistant player. Dude, yeah, KDB showed up, man. KDB scored a crucial goal. I wonder how HH is going to talk about this in his stream. HH, man, you got to show respect to KDB. But anyways, Raju and Albiage were terrible. Same for Puskas. Hazard had this team grouped. Shame on you, Eddie Ursunic and Linus Hedgie. Boo. FRF. Belgium aren't in transition. Belgium and Romania are through. Oh, yeah, Ecuador versus Venezuela. But come on. But well played for KDB. You don't give De Bruyne. Slovakia underrated. Prior to Slovakia, they left a statement of the Euro so far. Shame Hanko is out against Romania. Dang, that's so sad, man. He was so vital, man. Oh, man. Have hope. HH hates De Bruyne. Yeah, of course he does. Of course he does. Okay. Let's move to Group F, guys. Group F, the final group we got here. So we got Georgia versus Czech Republic, guys. This game, guys, Czech Republic should have won. Jordan Marmishvili was amazing today. The amount of saves he made was unbelievable, guys. And I'm telling this right now, guys. I told you guys before the Euros to look out for Marmishvili. And, guys, I'm going to keep it a stat, guys. Kvaratskhelia has been fraud. He's been terrible in the Euros. And, guys, Kvaratskhelia is overhyped. He's overhyped. The real MVP for this team is Marmishvili for this team. He is their best player by far. I don't want to hear anyone say Kvaratskhelia. I don't want to hear anyone say him. You could even argue that other striker, Mikudis, has also been better. Mikudis scored a great penalty there. And then the second half, man. Czech Republic get dominated. Patrick Schick scored a great goal there. And then Marsville made some insane saves. And then at the last minute of the game, just when Czech Republic were pushing for another goal, that Georgia chance at the end, I was like, okay, if they score this, it'll be crazy. They missed. He went over the bar. And I'm like, oh my God. I was so devastated because I wanted Georgia to win that game. I wanted Georgia to win. I wanted to see an upset. But at least I got my prediction right. I predicted a 1-1 draw. And I got it correct. So, yeah, man, for Czech Republic, man, it's pretty much doomed now. Because now they have to play against Turkey. But we'll talk about Portugal-Turkey. Guys, that Portugal-Turkey game was awful from a Turkey perspective. Turkey were awful. Like, I was so surprised how bad Turkey were defensively. They were so shambles. Like, that first goal, man, what was the defense doing? Leao was able to cut through the defense, puts that pass there from Celik. Ronaldo tries to score, and guys, you guys see Ronaldo tripped. Ronaldo tripped was crazy. Then Bernardo Silva scored. And then I think to myself, okay. And then, guys, the own goal there from Turkey was comical. That was one of the worst own goals I've seen in my life. It was such a comical own goal. I was thinking to myself, are you guys kidding me, Turkey? Like, it almost felt like Turkey was trying to be like, okay, you know what? We thought Euro 2020 was terrible. We're going to now try to make it that was worse. We're going to try to make sure it's worse than that one. And then that third goal, man. Ronaldo played a beautiful pass to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes made it 3-0. And then the game was pretty much over. Turkey, Romania, Portugal also had a good amount of chances. And guys, Portugal was clinical in the day. Turkey hardly did anything in this game. So, yeah, Portugal did well. And I have to give credit to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva had a great game, guys. He was actually amazing. He was amazing. He showed up on this game. Pepe was also great. Ronaldo was excellent in this game, guys. Ronaldo was excellent. Ronaldo was great as well. Leao, even though we got the assist there for the goal, I thought Leao was trash. I don't really rate Leao like that for Portugal. I'm sorry. Bruno Fernandes was key, of course. Paulinho as well. Portugal just looked really solid. But my issue for Portugal is that I obviously will give them credit. But how much credit can I give? I don't know. Because Turkey were awful. Turkey was so abysmal. And I don't understand this Turkey coach whatsoever. Because you bench your goalkeeper. You bring in Bayındır. You bring in Celik. You bench Arda Güler. I'm sorry. This Turkey coach is a moron. I'm calling him out. This Turkey coach is a moron. He's a brick. I'm sorry. Like, it is crazy the amount of changes he did to this game after beating Georgia. And I understand it's Portugal. I understand Portugal is a much better team than Georgia. But the issue is, why did you not just play the same 11? You changed 11 too much. When you change 11 too much for tactical reasons, your team is not going to be as cohesive. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I'm so ashamed of Turkey. I had high hopes for them. I knew they were going to do well in the Euros. Like, I knew they were going to just go to the round of 16 because let's be real. I didn't have them going forward to the round of 16, but still, man, this performance is awful. And Turkey might actually screw things up. So going to Group F, guys. So Portugal's top of the group. They've already topped the group. It's a battle for second place. Is it going to be Turkey? Because Turkey, they have to basically get at least a draw. If they get a draw, they'll secure second place. And then for Georgia, it's pretty much done for them. It's done. Because Georgia would have to beat Portugal. And I don't know if Georgia can beat Portugal. To be completely honest with you. I don't know if Georgia can beat Portugal. Even if it's a Portugal C team. So, yeah, man, I'm not sure, man. I am genuinely not sure what to think for that. So, yeah. Anyways, let's read some of you guys' comments, and then we're going to head out. Has the Venezuela game already started? Let me just check. Oh, shoot, it's already started. We gotta bounce, man. We gotta head out. I need to watch that game. Let me read some final comments. We're gonna head out. HH is De Bruyne. De Bruyne or peak Ozil? Ooh, that's a good question. But I have to go with Ozil. I think Ozil for me is more naturally gifted than KDB. But KDB is good. That's actually a good question. That's a good question, Tari. But I'm still going with Ozil. You know what? I think I'll say this. I think Ozil is more. He has more ability, but I think KDB is more consistent. How about that? I think that's fair. So if you were telling me if I want more consistency for the entire season, I'm taking KDB. But if I want just for like a final, a World Cup final, then I'm taking Pico Ozil. Marshville is a wall, exactly 100%. The Georgian goalkeeper is great. Marshville is a beast for Georgia. I love him so much. Mikotaz is also so good. Oh yeah, that was a handball, by the way, for the Czech Republic thing. That Georgia chance at the end. Column HH makes no sense when he has name as one syllable each for each word. I rate Kavara Blaze have been awful. Mikotaz over Kvaratskhelia. Georgia have to be proud of how they've been playing. Oh yeah, this is the first ever Euros, man. I think this is incredible for them. Defensively, they've been great. Georgia will be third with 2 points. I expected better from Turkey. Turkey going to go back to the Euro styles of 20 days. Yeah. Schick is criminally underrated. You know what the sad thing is? Atari, Schick is injured. He's injured. That's a big blow for Czech Republic. He's injured. I think he's injured. He's gonna miss a game against Turkey, I think. Turkey's problem is always going to be the defense. Yeah, the defense is very sketchy. I don't rate Turkey's defense. Also, own goal low. Turkey's not good without Guler. Bernal also be being the system player allegations. I'm Turkish and I'm so embarrassed. We just got to focus on Czech again. Turkey is going to be so tough. Either team can win. Turkey might bottle it. Why Turkey eliminated? No, they're not eliminated yet. They're still in second place, I think. Leo was like a snub. Turkey had to break Portugal's game plan. A possession, they couldn't do it. Coach didn't bench the goalie or Arda Güler. They were both injured and didn't want to take their chances. Oh, okay, but still, why is Celik playing though? Celik didn't play the game against I believe he didn't play against Portugal. Sorry, he didn't play against Georgia. And that Celik guy is awful. That guy's trash. Sorry to say. Montella should be sacked. I would say he should be sacked if Turkey don't make the round of 16. If they make the round of 16, then okay, that's not sackable. But if they don't make the round of 16, that is a sackable offense. 87-145 cussing. It's more like a rant, to be fair, than cussing. I haven't said any curse words, but it's more of a rant. Lol. The win is bad for Turkey's motivation. I'm scared. I think the advanced third place teams will be Hungary, Italy, Netherlands, Slovakia. Hungary are done. Who is finishing second in Group C and F? Yeah, I'm watching. De Bruyne for me. Scotland will be going to the last 16, beat Hungary 2-0. Goals by McTominay, Gilmore. Georgia's such a nice name. Czech Republic is screwed with that Schick. Turkey might win or draw against Czechia, just like in 2008. I rate Leao too, but he's been awful too. Adam says Montello should brought Turkey to this point. He can't be sacked. But I think it's fair. If Turkey can make the round of 16, I think it's sackable. I think it's sackable. Now, whether the Turkey FA will do it or not, I have no idea. But I would consider sacking him. Because I'm sorry, this Turkey team cannot get grouped. After especially being in the position they are. Yeah. Anyways, I think I'm going to get going, guys. We're going to be rounding off here. So I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. So I'll be doing a recap video for those that didn't watch today's stream. I'll probably do it like halftime of the Ecuador-Venezuela game. And then at full time, I'll do my Matchday 3 predictions. Matchday 3 predictions, guys. So it's going to be very interesting, guys. So hope you guys can check out that, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe on your way out. So you're right. Hey, you're not wrong, Lil, about being sacked. Thanks. And yeah, so let me go ahead and see how many likes were on today's stream. Let's see if we got up to 10 likes. Please, can we get up to 10 likes? That would be greatly appreciated. Okay, we got up to 7. A bit underwhelming, but, you know, it was a bit of a quiet stream. Obviously, it was a bit of a that kind of stuff. So, anyways, I'm going to get going, guys. I'm going to be doing some Copa America videos later tonight as well, so stay tuned for that. A lot of videos upcoming for you guys. 3 videos for you guys tonight. Jeez. So hope you guys did enjoy. Please remember to like and subscribe, and peace out.